Hi guys, I've just got back from work. I'm really tired, but I'm just going to show you what's going on in the greenhouse. There's absolutely loads of tomatoes in here and they all look super huge, so I'm really pleased. I've just watered them and they've just had a weekly feed. I'm away for a couple of days. I kind of like to feed them every Saturday, but it's Thursday. Is it Thursday today? I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's Wednesday, so today is feed day, just to cover next weekend. But I'll just flip the camera around and show you what I've got growing. So this is the jungle as it is at the moment, and I love it when it looks like this. It's so nice when I finish work to come in here. One, it makes you feel like you're in a different part of the world, and two, the smell in here is incredible. And it doesn't matter whether I've had a hard day or, you know, whatever, I've been really stressed, blah blah blah. I just come in here and it totally sorts my head out. I absolutely love it. Right, let's have a look at the ones I've got growing. Now, I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, so I'll have to look at labels and stuff. So if the camera goes a bit wiggly, that's because of that. Right, so some of the first ones to ripen are one, actually, if I zoom in, over here called Sun Gold. It's an F1 tomato, you can see it there. Oops. It's an F1 tomato, it's a cherry, and it's a really sweet tasting tomato. Now F1 means I can't save the seeds to sell on my website, or I can't save the seeds to grow on for the following year because it won't grow true to type. The only way you can grow that one the following year from this plant is to take cuttings, which I'll try and do and keep them over the winter. I'm not sure whether that's going to work very well, but I'll give it a go. But otherwise you have to buy that seed fresh each time. And then let's start on this side. So I've got a couple of now these ones here are just cuttings that I took, and then I put them outside, and I think they didn't really like it very much. They're looking a bit sick, so they're just in here for recouping. They might produce some flowers a little bit later, but yeah, not sure about that. Anyway, so these are the first tomatoes that have come out. Now this one will start in a positive manner. This is supposed to be Super Momonde, which is a beef tomato, and you can see quite clearly it's not that. I don't know what it is. It just looks like a standard medium-sized tomato, maybe something like Alicante, but it's definitely not Super Momonde. Then this is what I'm really excited about. So last year I grew quite a few varieties from Tomato Revolution, got some seeds from them. They do lots of heritage varieties, and you can see these beauties here. If I can just look at that. That's a cracking tomato. I mean, I know they're green, the colour hasn't come out yet, but oh my god, look at it, beautiful. And that one is called Uluru Orange. Is it orange or Uluru Ochre? Hang on. Uluru Ochre, like the colour. And it, I thought it was phenomenal, the taste last year. It's like a beef, but like a yellow ochre, obviously because of the colour, because of the name, and the flavour is unbelievable. Not too sweet, which is really nice, really firm flesh. Hopefully I'll be showing you some of these when I eat them later on. And that is, it's got like a really weird growth habit, so it's quite upright, and its stems don't really branch out very much. It's kind of got a dwarf leaf. It's called a dwarf indeterminate. It's kind of a mix. They do quite a lot of that type of variety, and I haven't really pinched it out very much because I kind of wanted to encourage as many tomatoes as I can. And then this one, what is this one? This one here is a Gardener's Delight. So that's a standard cherry tomato, see there. Next along, you can see that black one sneakily hiding behind there. This is a heritage one called Black Beauty. Now I thought I had killed this one by accidentally cutting it off too vigorously, or topped it basically, and I left it, and the side shoots have grown, and these are now producing lovely fruit. So sometimes comes out really dark black in the end, but it's at the moment sort of like a greenish black. I don't know whether I can, whoop, see underneath that. I don't even know if that's in focus. I can't actually see very well. But again, a really super tasting tomato. And then some more sort of exciting shapes and things. This one that you can see there, if I can find out what the label is called cœur de bœuf, so beef heart. I've not grown it before. I got it from when I went to Brighton to a seed market, a seed exchange rather. Looking super lovely, sort of heart-shaped tomatoes. And you can see what I've done actually. It does look quite jungly in here. Usually I trim off all the side shoots and just have one stem, but these were so humongously vigorous that I've left a couple of side shoots to grow on. Excuse me. You can see, if I lean over, the join there. So they were really thick. You can see that split there. The stems are really thick when they split, so it wasn't easy to kind of distinguish a side shoot. Just had a choking fit there, sorry, I had to stop the video. It wasn't very easy to distinguish the side shoot, so I've left, as I said, I've left a couple of the main stems to grow on. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, they're all looking good. So this is the sun goal I was telling you about. Really beautifully, lovely long trusses of lovely orange cherries. Super, they are. The next one we've got is Rose de Berne, one of my favourite tomatoes. The flavour is beautiful and it comes out in this really lovely blush, like rose-coloured, rose-coloured tomato. So not bright red at all, like a real dusky pink. Very pretty tomato. At the back, I've got something called Berne Rose. So not Rose de Berne, which is these ones here, but Berne Rose. Now I got that from a farm shop up the road from me called Plor Hatch Farm in East Sussex in Forest Row. Lovely biodynamic farm. And I got some of their tomatoes and I took the seeds out and then I've grown them on. That, I don't know whether you can see it right at the back over there. They are huge beef tomatoes and they tasted amazing as well. So get excited about those. This one underneath here, this one is called, right, well the other story is a couple of these tomatoes in here are from Ibiza. Now I go to Ibiza every year and there's a biodynamic farm there and these tomatoes are from there. Now this tomato plant has not produced very much fruit, so for the whole of this, so all the way up there, it's got flowers and stuff, but they're either dropping off or yeah, just not giving you very much. So there's one there. I mean, it looks lovely, but there's probably only got about 4 tomatoes on it in the minute, so not hugely impressed with that. And also the top of it has lost its tip, so I'm presuming that's me that's tipped it out. But it's really weird because the end of it, so there's the stem, and then the end of it is there, it just stops. Really very strange. It's like it's stopped in a leaf and I can't work out why that's happened because it's not no obvious tips that I've taken out. It's very strange, unless it's a determinate, but it's a bloody big one if it is. Anyway, so that's that one from Ibiza. And the other one that I've got from Ibiza is this one, which was really cute and I really love it. It's a bit like that cœur de bœuf actually, so it could be one of those. It's a heart-shaped tomato. Look at that, how cool are they? They're going to be delicious, and they were delicious out there anyway. Then we've got one from Niall Radford, and this is one called Amethyst Jewel. So a lovely heritage tomato. it has a beautiful purple colour. Can't see that yet. This one is Bloody Butcher, another favourite of mine. So quite a chunky tomato, not a beef tomato, but a big, medium size. They taste amazing. They're so juicy, really, really gorgeous. And then over here, what is this one? Oh, this tomato is the Amethyst Jewel one. You can see there's a bit of damage there where it's been bashing against other tomatoes, but hopefully that won't damage it inside. But that's where one of the stems has just flopped across. And then at the back there, I've got one called Rebel Starfighter. Really lovely coloured, sort of like a purpley, sparkly, pointy tomato, and that tasted really nice. And again, not too sweet. I'm not a massive fan when they're really, really sweet. I mean, they're obviously gorgeous, but I really like the ones that are a bit tart. Along the back here, I've got a few of those cuttings that I took. Now these ones have stayed in the greenhouse, so you can see this is Sun Gold, that one I was talking to you about, the orange cherry. A bit skinny because they're obviously searching for a bit of light. Now it's a bit shaded in here. I've put some shading up because oh my god, it gets so hot in here that all the flowers and all the leaves start curling up and crisping up and dying. So you can see I've just put some green shading, and that's just cheap and cheerful shading from Amazon that I pin up round just on one side, because if I turn around, the sun comes from the right hand side here. Oh well, no, it doesn't come from the right hand side, so it goes all the way across here, lets light in obviously that way, and then the main bit of your daytime sun is to the right, so it all comes this way, so that's why only one side is shaded. So the ones I've got on this side, I have got another Black Beauty hiding around the corner. That's the one I showed you earlier. I'm trying to read the labels while I show you the tomatoes, a bit impossible. This is a standard, what I would call a garden centre tomato called Elsa Craig. Medium sized, just lovely, lovely flesh, really nice to eat. That beauty back there is an ox heart called Dawson's ox heart, huge. Look at that, fatty. If I put my finger up, that's how big it is. So really lovely beef tomato there. And then this one is another Uluru ochre, because I love it so much. That's another plant there. Hiding at the back there in that pot is a cutting that I took of one called a Burmese sour, which is in fact that tomato there. So that is on this plant. Now I got that from a chap on Instagram called the Seed Detective. Adam his name is, and they're quite rare seeds. He does a lot of amazing varieties, and not a great deal of them, so it's not it's not that it's not common knowledge, but he does produce some lovely tomatoes with some very special seeds. So I managed to get some of those this year, and I'm really looking forward to those. They are supposed to be fantastic in curries, and I make a lot of curry, so very, very excited about those. And hopefully I'll be saving some seeds myself for the following year. Now this one, look at that. This is called Prune Dantan, another heritage variety. Absolutely knockout colour. I think it will get darker as well. That plant has gone colossally high, all the way up there. Still producing flowers at the top, and at some point I will stop that growing at the top by tipping it out, so taking the tip off so it can concentrate on its flowers, but at the minute I'm just letting it do its thing. What's next? This one here is called, oh, this is another Rose de Berne. Now some of these did get a bit of damage, and I think it's because they stick out. Can you see that there? They look all right apart from the bruised side, so I'm hoping that that won't do them too much harm. It's because they're in the pathway here, and no matter what I do, I just keep banging into them, and I think it's just giving them a little bit of a bruising, which is a shame. Lovely collection there. Look at those. So exciting. This is, oh gosh. Oh my God, I can't even read the label. What is it? God, that's so annoying. I have no idea what that is. Shame. I don't know what it is. Can't read the label. It's really annoying, isn't it? You use a Sharpie, you know, you expect the label to last, and then it just fades. Anybody got any suggestions for a good pen that doesn't fade? I'd really appreciate it. So I don't know what that is, but those tomatoes are looking cracking. More trusses up the top there that you can see. So yeah, that's a lovely tomato, whatever it is. And then what have we got here? So this one, this is Black Prince. I've not grown it before. Don't know much about it. It's, look at that. Making some very amusing shade. Yeah, I don't know what that's like. So, but the tomatoes are looking fine at the moment. Then I've got a beef Costoluto. Not sure if it's Genovese, but a big one of those lovely ones that looks all kind of gathered. So really bumpy and squishy, if you know what I mean. Lovely beef tomato. That's quite small at the minute, but should be getting bigger at some point, hopefully. This tomato here has produced absolutely tons of fruit. That is called Alicante. Oh, well, there you go. It's a standard garden centre one, but absolutely tons of fruit on that one. And then just towards the door on this side, oh God, I've been caught up. Now this tomato looks unbelievable. It's a cherry, obviously. Look at the trusses on it. That's literally so cool. The colour is amazing. It's one called Indigo Cherry Drop. I've grown it before. It's prolific, as you can see. And it just, I can't, the colour, I mean, I just can't deal with that. It just, look at it. Unbelievable colour. It's amazing. So beautiful. So yeah, that's Indigo Cherry Drop. And then around the back I've got hiding Green Zebra. That is a lovely tomato as well. But actually, oh yeah, I can see some, oh, I don't know if I can even get there with the camera. Through this little jungle. Look at the stripiness on that. That's a lovely tasting tomato as well. So that's Green Zebra. And then finally in the corner, I've got some San Marzano, which is your plum tomato. Lovely big plum tomatoes. Quite a standard garden centre one, but a really useful one to grow as well. So that's it. It's a little bit of a mess in here. I haven't had time to weed, which happens obviously to many of us at this time of year. It needs a good weed, but you can see all this stuff here. This is Alyssum, really pretty little flower. And I don't know whether you noticed when I was walking around, I've got quite a lot of flowers in here. So at the back there we go, you can see I've got Cosmos, and then a little bit further down I've got Calendula and some Cerinthe, and I've got some marigolds sort of tucked in between the tomatoes as well. Now the more, there you go, so the more flowers you have in your greenhouse or amongst your veggies, the more pollinators you bring in, and the more pollinators you have, the more of a healthy environment you grow. So you know, one insect will predate on another one, etc., etc. Plus you'll get all your plants pollinated, which is exactly what you need for tomatoes. So I really try and stuff this full, and it not only looks pretty, but it serves a purpose as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the little jungle. I will do a tour of the garden again soon, but I am busy working at the Hampton Court Flower Show this week, and then hopefully I'll get some tidying done, and then I can show you what the garden is producing outside. See you later. Bye.